Morning, everybody. I'd like to begin today's meeting by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land in which we are gathered and pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. Welcome to the City Infrastructure Committee meeting of the 5th of September. I declare this meeting open at 9:49am. I'd like to advise attendees in the room that this meeting is being webcast and audio recorded. We have two leaves of absence today. Councillor Karansky and Councillor Bannon are both absent. Councillor Hall's moving the motion to accept the absence. Councillor Murphy seconding it. All those in favour, please raise your hand. That's carried unanimously by everyone in the room. Conflicts of interest. I now refer to declarations of conflicts of interest. Do any councillors wish to declare a conflict of interest against any of the reports on today's agenda? There being none, we'll move on to item 5.1, which is a road name change for Tully Road, New Beith. Mr. Kamal Ranawira is joining us for this discussion. Mr. Ranawira, you may proceed.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. The purpose of this report is to rename Tully Road, a section of Tully Road. Tully Road is a long road going from New Beith to Ipswich boundary. But the part of Tully Road that we are going to rename is between New Beith Road and Spring Mountain Drive. Yeah, sorry. There is a plan, I think, map shown attached to the report. It shows the extent, but also you will see that there's that area is all developable area, and one of the developers has developed his land and asking, made a request for us to give numbering their newly created allotments of Tully Road, and we found that if you do that, there could be a problem. Traditionally, this is a rural road and rural numbering system, which starts at New Beith side of New Beith intersection and progress to the west in an ascending order. But we found out when it passed the New Beith locality, numbering starts again. So if someone travels on the Tully Road and trying to find a property address, there could be some confusion if we start numbering, continue with this kind of numbering. Because of that, we thought it would be better to rename this part of the Tully Road to East Tully Road. We consulted with the existing property owners as well as the newly created lots, and we sent letters to them as well. There's only one property who has a dwelling there, and we consulted with the area councillor as well, Councillor Wilcox. So I'll leave it at that, and I'm happy to take any questions.
Thanks very much. Councillor Wilcox, do you have any questions for the committee? None. Okay. Can I have a mover for the motion, please? Councillor Wilcox is moving, the Mayor's seconding. All those in favour, please raise your hand. It's been carried unanimously. Thank you very much. Well done, East Tully Road. Does anyone have any general business for Mr. Ranawira? No, moving right along. Item 5.2 is Capital Roadworks and Drainage Program 2022-2023 and end of financial year report 23-24 and the financial year look ahead. We've got Road Infrastructure Delivery Manager, Mr. Darryl Riley. You may proceed, Mr. Riley.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'll take the report as read. It's a breakdown of the delivery which we actually had for the last 12 months. At a very high level, to place some context around that, Council started the 22-23 financial year with a target of 110 million in delivery. Throughout the year, by the time we got to Q3, it was evident we were tracking ahead of that, and we amended that to 121 million. Ultimately, by end of year, we actually delivered $140 million of the capital program. We were very fortunate throughout the year that we didn't see a recurrence of the wet weather we'd experienced in the previous years, which curtailed our expenditure. Having said that, even with the curtailed expenditure in the 21-22 financial year, we delivered 97 million, but this is a significant step up from that. Against our original year target, we delivered about 127% against overall budget expectations. That was spread over our two main areas around rehab and major construction. contained within the presentation, which is in the report background papers, is the major projects which we worked on through the year. I will take those as read, or people can reach out to me if they would like some further information on any of those projects, which really probably gets us to our targets for the upcoming year. It probably is worth noting, just before I do that, that our delivery was very consistent over the whole of the year. We actually had only exceeded $10 million delivery on 2 separate occasions prior to the last financial year. In 8 of the 12 months last year, we actually delivered in excess of 10 million, and we set our 2 largest month target delivery targets as well. In March, we delivered $15 million in that month, and we delivered 19 million in the June month as well, which is far beyond where we had previously been. Looking forward to the upcoming year, we are well positioned as we roll into the year. We have, as you can see on the screen there, works well in progress in not only development, detailed design and pre-construction, but we also have a significant amount of work which is already in construction for this year. Our target for the year is 120 million. We will need to look at that as we run into our first quarter revisions. We have funding which has come to us from external grant funding and the like, which will see amendment on that, but we will report that once we have that in hand. Just for general information, and also attached in the report, is the works which are anticipated to be delivered in, or commence delivery in the 23-24 year, which councillors can refer to. I'm happy to take any questions.
Thanks very much, and our thanks to your delivery team for their hard work. Councillor Murphy?
Thank you. Through the chair, Daryl, I just wanted to talk briefly about the Cowper Avenue catchment and master drainage and Kelly Street. Obviously, Eagleby is going under a massive renovation at the moment with that drainage system, and I just wanted to give a shout out to the team. We've had quite a few inquiries come back through our office with regards to the drainage and access to streets, etc., etc. And the team, we've always had their support with helping those residents, and I just wanted to pass on my appreciation to the community. Yes, this work is going on. It is a really large investment, over $30 million, and it's to help with our flooding and getting the water away, etc. So please be patient with us, and the workers are doing the best that they can at that moment. And I just wanted to say, please thank the team for their backup with regards to any resident inquiries. Thank you.
Thanks very much. There's no other questions from councillors. Oh, pardon me, Councillor Bradley.
Thank you. Thank you through the chair. I want to also express my gratitude for numerous residents, and Daryl knows this from probably 10 years ago, maybe even. We met with them out on site, so at long last they'll have their drainage sorted. They had to wait in line and to have other projects done first. You can't do their section before the other drainage is done. So they will be extremely grateful for that. So please pass on my gratitude to all the staff involved.
Mr Mayor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I was going to be cheeky enough to just highlight that we're actually delivering Logan Lee Road. I saw something recently that suggested we aren't, but we are. But at the same time, I acknowledge the generous contribution from the federal government. But the council is delivering Logan Lee Road, and we are obviously paying a lot more. We're the major payer of the funds for that. So just wanted to make that known, not that anyone's listening. Thank you.
Absolutely, Mr Mayor, and thank you to the Federal Treasurer for his spending of money on Logan Lee Road. We very much do appreciate the savings as ratepayers, don't we? So if there's no other questions, can I have a mover for the report, please? Councillor Murphy's moved the report. Councillor Bradley seconded it. All those in favour, raise your hand. Carried unanimously. Thank you very much. Does anyone have any general business for Mr Riley? Councillor Wilcox.
Thank you very much. Daryl, I'm looking forward to receiving a briefing and an update on you regarding roads projects, and hopefully across all RIP, RED and RCM branches coming forward. I've been asking for it for a little while, but I'm looking forward to hearing from it, because on page 18 of the presentation, major construction projects, Teviot Road upgrade, Greenbank is listed in there. That is the question of the day in Div 11. When is it coming at the moment? So I'm looking forward to being able to provide the community some information, especially on this project and the bypass around the back of the Greenbank State School and any other projects that are coming up, so that we can coordinate and not have the whole division grinding to a halt. So thank you, looking forward to it, and hopefully it'll come in the next couple of weeks. Thanks.
If there's no other business for the manager, Mr. Riley, you have some general business for us?
I do, Madam Chair, thank you. I have, while you've actually been in committee here today, provided an email update from one of my staff members in regards to some changes in regards to lighting standards, which have been advised to us by Energex, which have some impact on our program. So Energex within the last couple of months actually changed their general lighting standard in regards to street lighting. So that's the lights that come on at night. Some of them are in general streets, but there's also standards which apply particularly around signalised intersections to ensure that we actually have intersections well lit. In changing that standard, they didn't take the opportunity to say that it would be a change to the standard moving forward. They actually said that all works that aren't currently yet constructed have a requirement now to comply to the changed standard. The impact of that means that we have multiple projects that we had approval on for street lighting, which have now been rescinded for us, and we actually have to go back to Energex with new lighting standards. In the email which I've sent, we've identified 9 projects in total, which we will have to go back to Energex with a revised drawings on. They're impacting upon us to some extent in regards to be able to get that redesign work done. We're obviously competing with other councils as well for the specialist consultants that actually do lighting designs. It's not something that we or other councils particularly do in-house. So I guess I'm just highlighting that. There is some detail in the email which I've sent, including the projects which are impacted. But I thought it was important that I at least highlight that it's there so that you are cognisant of that.
Thank you. Questions? Councillor Avon.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Through you, Daryl, can we have a list of the indicative cost that Energex is going to impose on ratepayers, because we've got to go back to redo the work on projects that are already approved?
Through you, Madam Chair, certainly where we have to engage the consultants again, we would be able to articulate those costs.
That'd be
Yes.
super helpful. And if anyone loses their life at these intersections in the meantime, will we be taking that up with Energex, asking for a please explain by why the standard was so important that someone's life was worth taking for a bureaucratic delay? No, you don't have to answer that question.
Councillor Bradley.
Thank you. I'm just curious if it's time to maybe start looking at solar lighting or alternative lighting, because I know it's out there. You can use it. We've got it in Rochdale Road that the state government have actually installed with their improvements along there. I'm still waiting, not me personally, but Division 1 is still waiting for Energex to actually connect the lights in the car park between the 2 dog off leashes at Springwood Park, which was opened back in January. So when you're conversing with them, can you please remind them of that too? Because there's people with disabilities who can't see when they're in their car, and I don't know who's liable for that if they're not coming to the party and we're waiting for them.
Wonderful. Is there any further general business? Councillor Heremiah.
Thank you. Just a follow-up question regarding that to get everything clear. Regarding the Parkridge Road and Clark Road intersection project, an application was made to Energex regarding lighting. It was approved. Energex changed its standards, so now council has to reapply and we're waiting on their approval. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Thank you.
Good job. Does anyone have any general business for Director Trinka? There being none, I declare this meeting shut at 10:03 a.m. Thank you very much for your attendance. Have a good day.